Hola amigos, I have kind of a big announcement. If you missed my last upload, please go watch that right after this video. I had the amazing cosplay Chris come and join me on some errands going around Burbank. So we did a little bit of a comedians in cars getting coffee type deal. I called it Geeks in Cars grabbing lunch. We talked shop. It was amazing. It was really a really cool experience to get to hang out with Chris Stanley and just like pick his brain a little bit. One of the things that we talked about towards the end of the video, if you watched it, was Patreon. And we talked about it, and I really liked his mentality towards it, the way that he was approaching it. And he encouraged me to do the same. And I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna put up a Patreon, and I'm already recording and making content for it for you guys. And hopefully it's something that you guys want to check out and hopefully partake and consider becoming a Patreon. The type of stuff that I want to show you guys there. I'm still going to continue to do my YouTube videos, but if you see the conversation that I had with Chris, sometimes on a YouTube video you don't really get to the nitty-gritty of a lot of these projects and how they come together. So for Patreon, I want to do more behind the scenes type stuff, more like tips and tricks. I'm self-taught, much like Chris and other builders out there in the community, and there's a lot of things that you come across, a lot of results that you come across through experimenting, through jimmy rigging, through trying different things. It's not the type of stuff that you're gonna find just on a manual for a material. Sometimes you're kind of going outside the box a little bit and experimenting, and you come across some pretty good results, and that's the type of stuff that I want to share with you. One of the videos that I'm going to be putting up in a little bit, or at least I'm not sure when you're watching this, but if my Patreon is already up, then this is one of the videos that you're gonna see there. If it's not already up, it's because I'm launching it soon. I'll probably do an announcement on my Instagram and here to let you guys know that it's live. But one of the things that I'm gonna put up there, because I'm about to pack this guy up, is how I painted this urethane Batman Arkham Origins kit. As some of you may or may not know, painting urethane can be a little tricky. A lot of artists won't necessarily go in detail for how to paint urethane. Like painting a latex mask is it's tricky. You know, you have to use the right paints, the right thinners for the paints, the right sealers. With urethane, it's pretty much the same. If you just use just regular acrylic, it's not just gonna stay on there. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna show you guys on Patreon how I painted this whole set, and it's a full set. Has I have the video over here next to me. If you guys saw the Guinness record holder for the most amount of gadgets in a Batman suit, it's the same kit. It's by the same people, and it's actually a pretty gorgeous kit. So what this client wanted was most closely resembling to what's in the game. So it's a little different than the one in that video, but I'll show you guys how I got the finishes that you see here, how I went about painting this, what kind of paints I used, which is probably one of the most important things that you guys will want to find out. How I go about getting these effects for weathering and all the scratches and all that. And to some of you, it might be, interesting. To some of you, it might be something that you've been trying to do yourself or wanting to try. And this is definitely going to help you, at least point you in the right direction, and you'll feel better about getting your hands dirty and attempting to get these this types of kits finished yourself, because it's not as hard as you may think. Even if you're entry level into this kind of thing, it's not you know, something that is, I would consider this something that could be done with little to no experience painting urethane. And I'm just going to show you kind of like 3 easy steps to kind of get the finishes that you see here. He wanted the belt to be a nice bronze color, nice and shiny. So that's going to be up on Patreon. Please consider being a Patreon. I'm hoping to do more videos like the one I did with Chris, the gigs in cars, grabbing lunch type videos. I really enjoyed, you know, hanging out and talking shop with him, and I already talked to a couple other more artist friends of mine that are down to do an episode with me. So I'm gonna have an episode with Vinnie Lamborn. I'm gonna have an episode with McLean Krieger, Evil Ted, the wonderful Evil Ted, who's like, he's a legend. He actually has a lot of screen credits, and he's a very well-seasoned professional. He knows his stuff. So all of those episodes, I'm gonna have the episode on YouTube, and then all of the behind the scenes, more in-depth talks about, you know, method and materials, kind of like different things that they like to do, what they kind of stay away from. Basically all sorts of tips and tricks for you guys. So if that sounds like something you guys are interested in, then definitely please check out the Patreon. Once it launches, I will let you guys know, and I will see you there. Thank you.